What if I told you there is a luxury townhome community right by a lake in the middle of DFW and most people don't even know it exists? Right next to the water in Farmers Branch, this brand new development offers upscale townhome living with quick access to everything that matters to you. Plus, you're just minutes away from I-635, George Bush Turnpike, and minutes from I-35. So if you are commuting to Frisco, Plano, downtown Dallas, Las Colinas, Irving for work, you can get there anywhere from 5 minutes to 30 minutes. And the DFW Airport is just 15 minutes away. These homes have modern layouts, high-end finishes, and a location that's hard to beat. So this could be the lifestyle upgrade you've been waiting for. Let's go check it out. This model we're going to look at is a 3-story townhome. So first thing you will notice before you enter, there's a balcony facing the front, and then there's another balcony facing the back over there. That's the balcony in the 3rd story, and the one here is the balcony in the 2nd story. Depending on which lot you pick, it is possible that your balcony might have a view of the lake, and we'll take a look at the lake as well today. Wow, this is nice, guys. As soon as you enter, you have almost everything right here. You've got your living space, your dining, and your kitchen all right here. And this is beautiful. You're surrounded by windows. That's the first thing you notice as soon as you enter. Got a ton of windows over here, and you have a couple of big windows over here as well. Very nice, especially this model is set up really well. So over here, they've got the entryway set up. Of course, it's a model. Imagine this being this big blank wall, but they've set it up in like 3 pieces, kind of like a 3-column layout if you think about it. And they've got a bar stool with some photo frames, a big entryway table, and another bar stool with a bunch of photo frames. So nice way to kind of break up the space, not something that I've seen in a lot of places. So just an interesting design that you can do for your home today or in your new home. Let's check out the living space. And today, as we walk through this model home, you'll be surprised, like looking at roughly 2,800, 2,900 square feet, 3-story townhome, that there is just so much space. If you see this living area, they've kind of sectioned it out with this carpet, right? It's got a lot of space. This is a decent sized couch, probably a 3-seater with 2 more chairs over there. You could add a couple other chairs here. Really huge TV, and this TV area with this fireplace, right? So this is set up, it looks like an 85-inch TV with a little bit of space here for another storage solution or any kind of artwork that you want to do. So very spacious, very well done. And don't you love the colors here in this model? I really love it. This touch of green that they've got going on everywhere, right? In the kitchen island, in the chairs over here, even in the wall art over here. You'll notice this kind of all over this model. Really, really well done. It's a very cozy, great room experience, right? You've got the living, the dining, and the kitchen. So if you're entertaining friends and family, everything's happening right here, and it's really nice. Love it. And they've also done a unique design when it comes to these windows. I don't know if you can see it with all this light coming in, but hopefully you can. These windows have this nice white strip. Seems like a nice design feature, really catches your eye. Feels like custom windows that have been designed for your home. So another nice touch to this model, but that's standard. It's not an upgrade that you have to do. Another thing about shopping for homes in Texas is keeping in mind the storage space, right? Especially if you're from the East Coast, where you have an attic space and you have a basement and you've got a lot of storage space going on. We don't have that in Texas. It's not common. Forget a basement, that's not happening. And in most cases, you don't get a lot of attic space when it comes to storage. I'll call out all the storage options they've got here, and you'll see that they've done an amazing work with this townhome, incorporating all the storage options for you. That's a big challenge and a big problem to solve, and they've solved it really well. Check out this beautiful kitchen. I am in love with this, the design, the colors, everything here, all the storage options too. They've done really beautiful shaker cabinets. What's standard is 42-inch cabinets, very nice countertops, and they've given you enough storage. So on both sides of your range, you get cabinets that are designed for pots and pans. And on the kitchen island, check this out. A lot of builders give you a beautiful kitchen island, but they don't give you the storage over here. They might put a facade that looks like doors, but they don't build this for you, not at this price point. And wait to hear the price point on these. So it's a nice addition. So they're incorporating storage as much as possible. And you get a standard Frigidaire professional appliance package. So you get your range, your oven, your dishwasher, and your microwave. These days you see some builders give you additional appliances. They give you the refrigerator, washer, dryer as well. I actually like this better than builders giving you a refrigerator or washer, dryer. They give you a gift card to Nebraska Furniture Mart, so that you can buy a refrigerator, washer, dryer of your choice. Pick whatever design you want, whatever color you want. And these days, you start to see a lot of homes, people are buying the Samsung Bespoke refrigerator. It comes in all sorts of colors. You could do things like that. If you are buying a move-in ready home, they're giving you a $3,000 gift card for Nebraska Furniture Mart. But if you were to build ground up, you have the option of getting a $5,000 Nebraska Furniture Mart gift card instead of a $3,000 one. And I kind of like the mix of colors that's going on, right? Instead of this house being just all white, you've got these white shaker cabinets, but you've also got these kind of olive green. Those of you who are color enthusiasts, just correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's olive. I could be colorblind, but you've also got a spill of that color on the countertop as well. So really nice, beautiful countertop. And you also get an undermount stainless sink and Delta faucets. What do you prefer? Do you prefer an undermount stainless sink? Do you prefer one of those white farmhouse style sink? My wife hates the white sinks, but I love it. I want to hear from you what you prefer. Comment below. And another addition, you've also got trash can drawers, so you don't have to put trash cans underneath your kitchen sink. So I love it. And I'll tell you one secret. Most people, of course, if you have a trash can drawer, they just put in a trash can and the recycle can like this. But here's a neat trick. You see how these are open and it could get stinky at times. Go to IKEA and they sell trash cans that are closed. They almost fit in there. It has a little extra ledge on the side that I sawed it off with literally a saw, and it fits perfectly in there. Completely closed trash cans. Your kitchen doesn't get stinky. Give it a try and let me know if that worked for you. And the kitchen also comes standard with under the cabinet lights. I think it comes up to 4, and you get like level 2 wall tiles. And that's where we come in and help. We come in and help you understand these options, what may or may not be worth your money. If you have any questions about new builds, what to pick when it comes to a new build, what are some features that you may want to consider at the time of construction or maybe do it after, don't hesitate to give us a call. You have all our information built. We specialize in this area and we're happy to help. Check out all this light. You see, you've got more windows here right by the dining. On top of the windows we saw in the living area. There's so much light that it's hard for you to see me on the video. So love it. It is not as gloomy as it when we started, so it's starting to get sunny. So this is not a real depiction of how it will look like on a gloomy day. We'll see how it goes throughout the rest of the video. And then over here you've got a decent sized dining table, roughly a 6-seater. And then over here you've got the pantry area. So a decent sized pantry, your kitchen's right there. You've got a lot of storage in the kitchen already. Perfect things for you to store here would be things like your plates and stuff that you can just pick up and use it in your dining area. So overall, if you see, you've got about roughly a 4-seater here on the kitchen island, about 6 people here in the dining area. And you could do another about 5 to 7 people in your living areas. That's roughly about 15 people that you can entertain in this space very comfortably. Nice, spacious, but still a very cozy party that I think your family and friends will appreciate. And then before we head upstairs, over here you've got this space, but this is going to be your garage area. They don't have a garage that I can show you in these models, but they're standard 2-car garages. And over here is a powder room, and over here is the under the stair storage. So let's quickly take a look at these and then we'll head upstairs. Fairly standard storage space. So you've also got a little hanger rail, so if you want to use it as a coat closet, you can. And then over here is your powder room. Really, really nice, very well done. Feels like a bath in the hotels because they've got a lot of wallpaper work. That's definitely an upgrade. We've seen luxury vinyl plank throughout the first floor, except for the bathroom, which has got tiles. Then let's head upstairs now. So this is a 3-story floor plan. So now we're heading to the 2nd floor. Over here is a bedroom, and then you have a common area over there, a balcony, another bedroom, a bathroom, and a laundry room. Let's take a look. This is really, really nice. This is kind of a secondary living space, right? So you see a lot of light coming in. You've got 2 big windows here, and I'll also show you the balcony so that there's light coming in through the balcony door. Set up as a secondary living space. It could be a game room if that's something you want. Probably a ping pong table, maybe a small, like a bar-sized pool table maybe. We'll have to measure out the space, but so this is not a cramped space when you enter the 2nd floor like you normally see in a lot of townhomes. This has got a lot of space. If you see how wide this is over here and how wide this area is, right? So if I close this door, this is not You don't get this kind of space normally in townhomes. It's usually, this is it. It's very narrow, like a tunnel. I really appreciate all the space that's here. Very, very nice. It gives you less of a townhome feel, more of a single family home feel. And you've got your laundry room here. Not a lot of extra space in here. You've got just enough space for your washer and dryer and some cabinets. Let's go check out the bathroom. Very nice bathroom. It looks really spacious because they've kept the colors really light, right? So you've got white paint, white countertop, kind of a slightly gray color on the shaker cabinets, and a stand-up shower with just all glass, just white tile, right? So it kind of opens up that space, a lot of light, and makes it feel very roomy. Let's go check out the bedroom here. And then right next to this bathroom, you've got this bedroom space, really nice. They've set it up as an office space, so you could use this as an office, as a bedroom. So this is the first bedroom / office space that we're seeing, right? The reason I call this a bedroom and not an office, it's because it's built as a bedroom with this closet, right? So it's got this closet space with hanger rails. So according to the floor plan, this is a bedroom, but you could repurpose this to anything that you want. In terms of space, if you want to look at it, it's kind of what it is. This is how wide it is. There's also another section over here. It's also wide over here. This hopefully gives you a sense of how big this closet is. Not a very big closet, but it is bigger tthan a standard just step-in closet. This is almost a walk-in closet. Peekaboo. So you see why this room is perfect as either an office space or a bedroom, right? Because you've got this door to the balcony. So if you set this up as a bedroom space or an office space, and if you have like a coffee corner somewhere, you wake up from bed or you're sleepy while you're working, grab a cup of coffee and step out to the balcony. If I can open it. I don't want to break it, but we'll check out the balcony through the other door that's by the secondary living or the great room. But you kind of get the idea, grab a cup of coffee, go out there, chill on your balcony. People watch, car watch, whatever you prefer to do. But I really, really love the space because of all this light and the special balcony. It's kind of hard to get a balcony these days with a lot of these homes. So I really, really like the part about this home. My wife and I, we are big fans of our home right now doesn't have one. Hopefully one of our future homes has a nice big balcony. That would be amazing. In the second living space / game room area, so we just also got this additional extended space that leads to the balcony. Hopefully I can open this door. Yeah, I got it, baby. Check this out. This is a decent space for a table with 2 chairs maybe. Like a coffee corner, a wine corner, just chill. You can even watch airplanes over here. So very, very nice. In order for you to get a sense of space, let's do this. This is kind of how wide this is. And in terms of length, you've got 1, 2, kind of like 2.5, 2 long steps and a quarter step, something like that. And one of the great things about this community, guys, you're right in the middle of all the major cities, right? This is Farmers Branch. You're roughly, in the 5 to 15 minute range from Las Colinas, from Irving. You're roughly about 15 minutes or so from Plano, 25 minutes away from Frisco. So in terms of commute to work, this is a perfect place to be. It's a very nice and windy day today, not too hot. I don't have my Apple Watch, so I don't know what the weather is. It's a very nice day here in Texas. It's 81 Fahrenheit. It's nice and breezy. That kind of tells me this is an amazing balcony to hang out. But going back to the location, it's a great location. You're looking at, not more than 25-30 minutes to drive some of these metropolitan cities. Commute is one of your primary concerns for work. And same thing with Dallas too, depending on which part of Dallas you might be commuting to, 15-20 minutes. Just keep in mind all these commute times can vary based on what time of the day you might be driving, but this is a central location. So if you are a professional, if you are someone who will be commuting to work, commuting to DFW, or if you're going to be flying quite a bit, DFW Airport is also roughly 15 to 25 minutes from here. Great central spot for work, for entertainment, pretty much anything that you can think of. All right, let's go check out the other bedroom with a bigger balcony than this. We're still in the second floor. So the other end of the second floor is another bedroom, and this is your master suite, primary suite, whatever you guys want to call it. This is beautiful. And sorry, I lied. This is not the bedroom that's got the balcony. You've got one upstairs on the 3rd floor with a bigger balcony. But this has got a beautiful view of the lake. You can check out the lake. It's a fairly big bedroom for a roughly 2,800 square feet home. So if you see, they've got a king bed, 2 side tables, and you still got all of this space over here. Right? So it kind of gives you a sense of how wide this bedroom is. You've got space for a dresser, And you've got space for a couch. What more can you ask for? This is very nice and very relaxing. I love it. And then right in front of your bed here, you've got your doors to your master bathroom, and this is very, very nice. Take a look at this. It's got a really nice shower over here, glass doors, walk-in shower. Did I just say walk-in shower? Showers are walk-in, right? Well, I guess you could call it a step-in shower if you've got a bathtub and a shower. And this is a walk-in shower. All right. So we've got a walk-in shower, a nice place to sit. Except that I wish this sitting bench was slightly higher. But hey, we all got our preferences, right? And then you've got a little storage area for your shampoos and stuff. And thank you for that additional window. I love it. You've got a vanity here, your bathtub, and another vanity here. So very nice space, beautiful bathtub. I'm kind of digging this, kind of slim, very nice. They've built a nice ledge over here. So that's a nice touch, really like it. Beautiful countertops. And you've kind of got the similar color that we saw in the bathroom downstairs for the shaker cabinets. Very nice. And then they've got nice tall mirrors going all the way up. That's another nice touch. Take a look at this bathroom. It's pretty long. It's kind of like if I were to start here at the shower, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 long steps before I get to the closet, and you've got the toilet over there. So these days builders are getting very creative with the space, and they're somehow managing to fit a lot into townhomes. So that's very, very nice. And you've got your toilet here. Let's go check out the walk-in closet. Very nice, quite a bit of space here. You see, you've got what? Let's start from here. 1, 2, 3. Kind of 3 long steps. What? That's how much space you've got on both sides. They've got a lot of built-ins here, very, very nice. And all your internet cable stuff goes behind that door. Very beautiful bedroom suite, or master primary suite. Very well done. And this is a very nice design color of the stairs. This contrast is giving a kind of a pop of color, right? So you've got your luxury vinyl plank, kind of the brown color, but then it transitions into almost a black. Yeah, it's almost a black color, flooring black and white, got a gray handrail, very nice. And you've got a lot of space, a lot of wall space for artwork. I hope you guys can see this. You've got this big wall for artwork here. A lot of space everywhere for family photos. You've got space over there, right by the entrance to the balcony. Over there, another wall here that they've designed it with a bench. A lot of seating options, a lot of design, a lot of walls for you to hang artwork, family photos, whatever you guys like. Another big wall over here, very nice. They're kind of showcasing everything that you can do. And another big wall over here, and another one over here. A lot of space for artwork. And we're on the 3rd floor, so this floor also has 2 more bedrooms, one over here and one here. This one's got a beautiful balcony, a really long balcony, bigger than the one that we saw downstairs. And you've got a bathroom here, so let's start there. Kind of a similar size bathroom as the one we saw on the 2nd floor. It's not big, so it kind of gives you an idea. This is how wide it is and kind of how long this is, right? And this one's got a bathtub, very nice tile work here. Slightly different cabinets. You've got more natural wood feel here, a very similar countertop, and you've got the Delta closet. Let's go check out this bedroom. Very nice, very spacious. You know, you've got a queen bed here, a couple of side tables, and still you've got quite a bit of space on the side, so it kind of gives you a feel of how big this is. So this is bigger than normal secondary bedrooms. You've also got, you know, space for a couch here. Very, very spacious for kids, for guests. And you've also got a closet here. So this is a walk-in closet, very nice. This feels definitely a lot bigger than the closet we saw in the other secondary bedroom downstairs, right? So you've got quite a bit. And over here, you've got this space, right? So standard shelves, standard hanger rails, a lot of light coming into this bedroom. 2 good sized windows, so love it. Let's go to the last bedrooms. Well, we saw 3 bedrooms on the 2nd floor and 2 bedrooms up here. So this is a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 3-story townhome. I kind of wish this was the master suite, because remember in the 2nd floor, I lied to you about having a balcony. This is the bedroom that has the balcony. So I kind of wish this was a master primary suite, because check this out. This is beautiful. You know, it's got such a big balcony over here. Imagine if this was the master or primary suite, it would be amazing. I would have loved this, but hey, maybe this is an option that we could work with the builder on. You know, if this is something that you're interested in, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'll figure out all those options and customize your home buying experience to your needs. You have all our information below. Give us a call or click on the link, book a direct Zoom meeting with me, and I'd be happy to help you out. Because of the 2 windows over there and the glass doors to the balcony, this bedroom is extremely well lit. I really, really love it. Imagine you've got automated blinds or automated curtains, and right at sunrise, they just all open up and you are looking at the lake. Every day would be beautiful. Can you imagine yourself living at a home like that, and what would that do to your day? Let me know in the comments below. And over here is a walk-in closet, and a very interesting walk-in closet. Yeah, it's not too deep. This is how deep it is. Well, but if you look at how deep it is the other way, this is a long walk-in closet going all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm still going. 5. That's how long it is, even though it's only this wide. So it's an interesting walk-in closet, goes all the way wall to wall, same as the bedroom. I kind of like it. I would have this over small closet. I love all the space, so I appreciate it. They have set this room up for this model house as if it was a secondary living space, maybe like a media room. You could do that. You could use this as a bedroom. Whatever makes sense to you. Let's go check out the balcony. Very, very nice. Love. Hopefully I can open this balcony door. Yes. This is very, very nice. Look at the lake over there. This not a huge lake, it's not anything close to like a Grapevine Lake or the Dallas Lake or anything like that, but it is still, a decent sized lake for you to be, to have a house right next to it and wake up to some of those views. Very nice. They're also building a park over there, and the community also has like a resort style pool. It's got a kids playground right by the freeway, and a lot of employment opportunities around here. Right over there, that big building brings home security systems. So there are a lot of options like that. And then the lots over there, those are the open lots right now. So depending on which lot you pick, where your balcony goes might vary, and what kind of view you have might vary as well. But check out how big this balcony is. You've got really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8 long steps. That's how long this balcony is, and you've got this kind of, that's how wide the balcony is. So very nice. If it were me, I would want this to be my bedroom. All right, let's sit down and chat. Welcome to my new home office. This is beautiful. A lot of windows, a balcony, and a closet for me to go and hide if my son comes looking for me, or if my dog does, or maybe even my wife does. Shh, don't tell him about it, okay? Deal? All right. So let's talk through this model, right? So this is a roughly 2,900 square feet, 3-story townhome. It's a 4-bed, 3.5 bath. So the first floor had a half bath. The second floor has 2 bedrooms. This one's got a small balcony. The other bedroom is the master primary suite. This floor also has a secondary living space. You can use that as a game room. It's really a flex space. Use it how you wish. Could be an office space. And that space also has access to the balcony. And there's also another full bath in the second floor. And the third floor has 2 bedrooms and another bathroom. And one of the bedrooms is a bigger balcony. So basically 4-bed, 3.5 bath. It's a 2-car garage. A lot of room, a lot of light, very beautiful floor plan, well designed. And you get a lot of standard features that it feels like an upgrade. This floor plan starts in the high 600s. And if you're building this ground up, you get $20K towards closing, or you can even use that $20K towards buying down your interest rate. Plus, you get a $3,000 Nebraska Furniture Mart gift card, or a $5,000 Nebraska Furniture Mart gift card. Or you can use that $2,000 in other ways, maybe as flex cash. You could use it towards, or you could choose to instead get an epoxy flooring in your garage. So there are different options that you can choose from. If you were to pick one of the inventory homes or the move-in ready homes, they're discounting prices in general around $20,000 to $30,000. And that's one of the other areas where we can help you understand how much room there is for negotiation. So on top of that negotiated price, you'll also get an additional $20K towards your closing costs and a $3,000 Nebraska Furniture Mart gift card. So what do you guys think about this home? I want to hear from you. Do you see yourself living in a home like this? How do you rate this in a scale of 1 to 10? Feel free to comment below. And if you have any questions about this home, about in general, new construction or buying or selling a home, don't hesitate to reach out because you have all our information below. You can also click the link below to schedule a Zoom call directly with me. We'd be happy to answer your questions or even put together a personalized home buying experience for you. Let's go check out the other model. So as soon as you enter, you have this area over here. You could probably do an entryway table here. You could do something here, but it might be too close to the door. Maybe not. Maybe a slim entryway table. And then right over here, you've got a powder room. So if someone's visiting your home, they want to use the bathroom, they could quickly use this and they don't have to go to your first, second, or third floor. So this is a 3-story townhome we'll be looking at today. And check this out, you've got your living space, got your dining over here, and you've got your kitchen. Today, we're going to test your imagination skills. So unfortunately, this model is not furnished. So you're going to have to use your imagination skills to visualize yourself living in this home as we go through the store. This is very nice. This is roughly 2,500 square feet, right? So you've got, the living space. Imagine yourself as you enter the home, you've got probably a couch here or a sectional this way, or a couch here and a couple of chairs over here to kind of partition this area. And you could also do something right here by the windows. Very spacious when it comes to the living room. And then you've got your dining area here where you could comfortably do a 6-seater or maybe even slightly bigger than that. Throughout the first floor area, we've got luxury vinyl plank. Over here in the powder room, we've got tile and fairly standard size powder room. So if you see, this is kind of the space you've got here. And I really love this kitchen. Got a oversized kitchen island, a lot of storage options. And look at these cabinets going all the way to the ceiling. And the cabinets, you get the standard 42-inch uppers. And then over here, you've got the pantry space. It's a decent size. It's not too big, but it's not too small either for a townhome, right? So this is kind of the pantry space you've got. But given all these cabinets we've got here in the kitchen area, there's ample storage here. And they've also given right, to the sides of your stove and your range, they've given you hot pan style cabinets. So that's really nice. And also what's nice when it comes to appliances is that you get the Frigidaire Professional series. You don't see a lot of builders do that. You get the standard Frigidaire. So this is really nice to get the Professional series, the microwave, stove, range, and dishwasher. You do see some builders give you an extended appliance package. They give you the refrigerator, washer, and dryer. But here, this builder has chosen to give you the choice of picking your own appliances by giving you a gift card to Nebraska Furniture Mart. So if you are buying a move-in ready home, you get a $3,000 Nebraska Furniture Mart gift card. But if you're building ground up, you could choose to get a $5,000 Nebraska Furniture gift card, or just keep the $3,000 and use the extra $2,000 cash towards something else. As we go through the home, we'll talk about all the other incentives as well. And you get a beautiful kitchen island, you get granite countertops and a stainless steel undermount sink and a Delta faucet. One of the challenging decisions in building a new house is the sink. You'll be surprised. There's so many different options. You could have a stainless sink, you could have a farmhouse sink, a white sink, a black sink. Just so many options. What do you prefer? Comment below. I really like the white farmhouse sink. So beautiful shaker cabinets, and you get 4 under the cabinet lights, LED lights as standard, which is not very common with builders. They do, under the cabinet light are usually an upgrade. So that's really a nice touch as well. A couple other things you'll notice is they've done backsplash work throughout the kitchen area, right? Very nice. And also the kitchen island has a pull-out trash drawer, so you don't have to put a trash can under your kitchen sink. So just giving you more storage options. So that's really nice. And once you have a pull-out trash drawer, you never feel like you want to go back from that. So that's one of my favorite features when it comes to a kitchen. And also in the living space, I love this really wide fireplace. And they also give you the fan with the light kit in various rooms, especially in your living room, your master/primary suite, and if there's a game room. What's interesting is some builders give you the fan without a light and they tell you you can go buy your own. So that's very interesting. I kind of don't get it, but over here they give you the light kit that goes on the fan, so you don't have to go hunting for a light. I appreciate that. And check out these windows, really wide, tall windows, bringing in a lot of natural light, because this unit specifically is not a corner unit. Remember, these are townhomes, so you've got a shared wall. You've got one or more shared walls. This being a unit that is sandwiched between 2 units, you've got 2 shared walls. But if this were a corner unit, you would only have one shared wall and therefore additional windows in your living room. So you would have more than just 2 windows. And you'll see it's got 2 additional windows in the dining area, bringing to a total of 4 big windows, bringing a lot of natural light into the home. It's interesting how different builders cut costs by doing certain things that may or may not make sense to you or even me as a realtor. And that's where we come in. We help you understand the different builders, what they offer, what's standard, what's custom, what may or may not make sense for you to upgrade if it's worth your money. Understand all the incentives, because we specialize in new construction. So if you have any questions, if you need any help with your new home, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You have all our information below. You can also click on the link below to book a Zoom call directly with me. So before we go upstairs, there are a couple other things on the first floor. You've got the 2-car garage over here. It's being used as a construction space, so I can't show you that. Over here, you've got like an under the stairs, a standard storage space. They've also added a shelf and a hanger rail. So if you want to use this as a coat closet, you can do that. So you enter the home from the garage over here, go hang your coat. And then on this side, you've got the laundry room. And on this side, you've got the laundry room. There's not an oversized laundry room where you got extra space besides your washer and dryer. I think this is going to fit perfectly. You've got space for a washer, space for dryer. Did I say drawer earlier? Maybe I did. Washer and dryer. You've got some cabinets over here. That's going to be pretty tight. Maybe you could do a laundry basket, but it's standard size. It's kind of a tight space for your washer and dryer, not a lot of additional room here. And then heading upstairs, you kind of see you've got these natural wood looking handrails, really nice plush carpet. These are stain resistant and I really like that. And also these wrought iron balusters just give it a nice open and elegant look. So much better than having a wall right here. So I really like that. Just opens up the space so much more. All right, head into the first floor. Right over here, you've got a couple of bedrooms, another bedroom over there, and you've got a bathroom and a little workspace. So let's start at this side of the home and then we'll head there. So as soon as you head to the second floor, first thing you notice is the big wall behind me. A lot of space for artwork, family photos. And then over here, you've got a little workspace. So I think kids can use it as a study area, also a perfect small kind of work area. Over here, you've got the master suite. We'll go there in a minute. You've got a full-size bathroom over here. Got a nice white countertop, really nice, beautiful shaker cabinets. They've got tiles, matching tiles similar to this color the color scheme that's going on here. This bathroom has a bathtub and they've done tile work going all the way up there. So, fairly standard bathroom. And let's go check out the 2 bedrooms over here before we head to the master. Good size. This is a really good size bedroom, bringing in a lot of light, instead of window or a couple of small windows, they've done one big window, very nice. And then good amount of space for either a bed this way, right, or a bed this way. And you've got a walk-in closet, which is really nice to have in a secondary bedroom, especially in townhomes, like 2,500 square feet. And that's a nice addition. And if you have, or even guests living, guests staying in any of these bedrooms, they would really appreciate that walk-in closet. This is another secondary bedroom, very similar in size. And you've got a similar window setup, bringing in a lot of light. The only difference in this room really is the way the closet's set up. So this one's more of a step-in closet, right? You've got your standard, a couple of shelves and hanger rails compared to the other one, which is more of a walk-in closet. It's still very spacious. It's actually bigger than standard step-in closets that you'll see. So that's really nice. So let's go check out the master suite. Beautiful master suite or primary suite, whatever is your preference. Really big windows, bringing in a lot of light. As you see, they've got one big window and 2 small windows. You also have your own private balcony. So that's really nice. So that door is also bringing in a lot of light. And you've got your bathroom and your closet over there. It's very spacious. If you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like a little over 7 long steps. Very nice. You guys see, kind of get a sense of how big this is. Very spacious for a townhome. And I love the private balcony. No one else gets that special feature in this home. Well, not true. There's one more floor upstairs. We'll go see what that floor has in a bit. But let's go check out the bathroom. Very, very nice. Very spacious. Take a look. Over here, you've got your toilet and the linen closet inside the toilet room. So that's an interesting setup. I wasn't expecting that, but you've got a vanity, your bathtub, and a nice ledge over here to, keep your or keep your bath essentials, if I may, not shower essentials. So yes, your bath essentials, and then another vanity over here. And you've got a beautiful shower, really nice. And one of the biggest windows I have seen in a shower. So very nice. And a little bench if you're really tired of standing and taking a long shower. I love this window. You could just, I don't know, stand in the shower and people watch, I guess. All right, let's go check out the third floor. Well, no, before the third floor, we've got the master closet. Very, very big. Very nice. 1, 2. That's kind of how wide it is. 1, 2. That's kind of how deep it is. So very nice closet. They've got a ton of built-ins. The one thing that I'm not liking is this color. I'm just not a fan of this color. Do you guys like this color? Comment below. I think I would prefer some kind of gray, a more modern feel. And I want to hear from you guys, what are your favorite colors for your home? And let's go check out the third floor. Let's see what it has in store for us. All right, and the third floor over here, we've got a bedroom on this side with a bigger balcony. So we'll go check that out in a bit. And over here, we've got a locked room, a secret room. All right, let's go check out this bedroom. This is also a full suite. So you've got a closet and a full bathroom. I actually like this bedroom over the master primary suite because it's got a bigger balcony. Another private balcony that only this room has access to. If I had the choice, I would make this my bedroom. Let's go check out the bathroom, the closet, and then we'll head to the balcony. Oh, interesting. And I didn't expect to see a double vanity. If two of you are using the vanity, good luck. That would be me. I'm a troublemaker. A beautiful white countertop, undermount sinks. You've got the Delta faucet and really nice shaker cabinet. And over here, you've got a bathtub. So bathtubs are always nice to have in your secondary bedrooms in case you have little kids or you have guests visiting who have little kids. It's always helpful. So at least one bathroom with a bathtub would be ideal for any home. And then over here, you've got the toilet, storage cabinet, privacy door. Let's go check out the closet. And then you've got a walk-in closet, which is really, really nice for secondary bedrooms. It's a decent size, so I could touch the wall with my leg. And over here, you've got going all the way here. So decent size walk-in closet. Got a few built-ins, the shelves and hanger rails. It's very nice for a secondary bedroom. But what's nicer for any secondary bedroom is that it's got the biggest balcony. This is nice. It's very, 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 very nice. And this balcony in this model particularly has got a view of the lake. So it really depends on your lot, what kind of view you're gonna get. But check out how big this balcony is. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 long steps. That's how big the balcony is. And this is how wide the balcony is. Remember earlier we were talking about how this unit is a townhome that is sandwiched between 2 units. It's not a corner unit. So if it were a corner unit, over there, instead of that wall or instead of this wall over here right next to me, one of these walls would be open. So you'd actually have a better view of what's on one side, either this or that, and a lot more airflow coming in. When it's windy, you get a lot more air. So that's really nice if you end up choosing a corner unit. So keep that in mind if you're shopping for a townhome. Corner units have some of these additional pros in terms of more windows, more light, and especially if you have balconies like this, you have an open wall and more air coming in if you're sitting in the balcony. So that's really nice. And this is one of the best parts about this community. You're right by this lake. It's a beautiful lake. It's not one of those really big lakes that like we have in Texas, like Grapevine Lake or Lake Dallas, but it is still a good sized lake. It's always beautiful to have a view of the lake. They're also building a park right there by the lake. This community also has a swimming pool, has a playground. It's right next to pretty much anything you can think of. So you commute to cities like Las Colinas, Irving, is anywhere. Did you guys hear the airplane? Maybe, maybe not. Because we're closer to the DFW Airport. We're roughly about 15 minutes from the airport. So if you are someone who flies quite a bit, so this is a great spot to be. Especially if you're busy professionals who are going to be commuting to work to cities like Las Colinas, Irving, Plano, Frisco. where most of the jobs are these days. Las Colinas in Irving is about 5 to 15 minutes from here. Plano is roughly about 15 to 20 minutes. Frisco is roughly about 25 minutes. So if commute is important to you, this is a place to be. If low maintenance is important to you, and especially if you're a first-time home buyer, townhomes are the place to be. And if shopping and restaurants are important to you, this is right smack in the middle of pretty much anything that you can expect. You know, H-E-B, Whole Foods, Costco, Sam's Club, they're all right around here. So a lot of options for everything. And even Dallas downtown is roughly about 20 minutes. And keep in mind, all these times can vary based on the time of the day. But this area, this community is central to a lot of these cities, and commute, shopping, entertainment is all around you. All right, let's chat. So what did you guys think about this model? Do you see yourself living here? How would you rate this in a scale of 1 to 10? Let's quickly go over this model. This is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, right? We saw 3 bedrooms on the second floor and 1 bedroom on the third floor. And this home also has 2 balconies, one on the second and a big balcony on the third floor. This model does not have a game room or a flex room, but it does have a small workspace kind of area in the second floor. This is also a 2-car garage, roughly 2,500 square feet. If you were to build this floor ground up, this floor plan is priced roughly in the mid 600s. And the builder is also offering you various incentives to build ground up. You get roughly $20,000 towards closing costs, $3,000 in general towards a Nebraska Furniture Mart gift card. You could instead get a $5,000 gift card or use that $2,000 for various things. You could also instant do epoxy flooring for your garage. So you've got all of those options. But they also have move-in ready homes for this floor plan, which in general are being discounted anywhere in the $20,000 to $30,000 range. And that's also where we come in and help you understand where there might be some room for further negotiating these prices. And we get a lot of calls and texts with questions about new builds, communities, floor plans, help with negotiations, and all kinds of things. So you have all our information below. Don't hesitate to reach out. We'd be happy to help answer your questions. No cost or obligation to you. And we would also be happy to work with you and put together a personalized home shopping experience so you don't have to figure all this out by yourself, because home buying can be very stressful and can be overwhelming. And we want to be there and support you as your partner, as someone who's looking out for you. Talk to you soon.